guys, let's talk just a little bit about the ancient mysterious civilizations of the Americas that have vanished and that we know very little bit about. But their ruins and some of their culture and civilization, or at least mysteries and hints of them, still remain. So get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like, please subscribe, please share on social media, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And if you wanted to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, please consider becoming a channel member. See the first link in the description below. Okay, let's just get right to it. Mound sites. Mound sites are super interesting. And this is a map of them. Those tiny little dots are where the ancient mounds are. Look how widespread they are. Look at what an immense civilization, covering from the Florida Panhandle all the way up to Canada, over the heart of America. That is nuts. And of course, it's along certain major river systems, which totally makes sense. But it was an immense civilization erecting these curious mounds, and we know so little about that culture. And this is a late 1800s map by the Smithsonian of the eastern half of the USA with the mound sites known at the time indicated by red dots. The field agents only went to convenient locations to identify mounds along rivers, railroad lines, and roadways. Some of these sites had 10 to over 100 mounds. It was estimated that they found 100,000 mounds. That's insane, 100,000, covering the whole width, or the whole height, rather, of the United States. Today, this map does not represent even half of the known sites. Because there are so many new people here, it's necessary to occasionally repost this. Well, thank you, Gregory Little. I appreciate that. So that's one ancient mystery, right? The mound builders of America. We don't know who were building these things, but some of them are quite large. And it was like I have shown you, a vast civilization. Capable of great architectural or at least construction feats. And it's just incredible what these guys were up to. And yeah, we just don't know. We just don't know, guys. A huge mystery. Let me know what you guys think of the mound builders of America in the comments below. Another huge mystery are the Olmecs. The Olmecs were the first major civilization in Mexico. They lived in the tropical lowlands on the Gulf of Mexico in the present-day Mexican states of Veracruz and Tabasco. The name Olmec is Nahuatl, the Aztec language word. It means the rubber people. And they had some really fantastic stone heads. The Olmec stone heads, really incredible. They seem like they may have been using technology to build these that they should not have had at the time. So does that mean some sort of connection with, high ancient civilizations that have been lost, like Atlantis or similar civilizations? What are we talking about with the Olmecs? And then there are the very mysterious Olmec spheres. They built so many of these things, and we don't know their purpose or how they were able to create such perfect spheres. And look how big some of these things are. We don't have any idea how they were able to build these things. It's one of the lost marvels of a lost culture is this mysterious race who built these mysterious artifacts using technology they probably shouldn't have had. Another fascinating mystery of the ancient world in America is the stone chambers of New England. It has long been known that old stone walls have been everywhere throughout the New England states. In fact, in the 1930s, someone estimated that New England had 250,000 miles of stone walls. However, that number has since been doubled. In the decades that followed, people began to wonder about the region's hundreds of stone chambers. These distinctive stone structures, also called huts, caves, beehives, dolmens, and root cellars, have long provoked questions about their age and cultural origins. There are approximately 800 stone-built chambers scattered across the New England states that are of a design and form that had been found nowhere else in North America. Generally, they're circular and rectangular forms that range from 15 to 30 feet long, are about 10 feet wide, and have a 10-foot tall central chamber. Well, let's check out a few of these guys. What do they look like? What are we talking about? These are the mysterious stone chambers of New England, scattered all over New England, mostly in on private lands these days. They're very simple structures, but you can see they're using giant stones. These are using megalithic construction, unlike anybody else in the Americas, using megalithic construction of the sort that people in Europe and elsewhere were using in the old world. And very, very, very mysterious structures. We don't know who built these things. They could have been related to the mound builders, but they also could not have been. There could have been no connection at all. One of the most mysterious related structures is what has been known as the Stonehenge of New England, or the Stonehenge of America. And it's very likely built by the same people that built the stone chambers of New England, although that hasn't been confirmed. America's Stonehenge, we'll see. Okay, well, let's just go on. Built by a Native American culture or a migrant European population. No one knows for sure. A maze of man-made chambers, walls, and ceremonial meeting places at over 4,000 years old, America's Stonehenge is most likely the oldest man-made construction in the United States. Like Stonehenge in England, America's Stonehenge was built by ancient people well versed in astronomy and stone construction. It has been determined that the site is an accurate astronomical calendar. It was and still can be used to determine specific solar and lunar events of the year. Various inscriptions have been found throughout the site, including Ogham, Phoenician, and Iberian Punic script. Did the Phoenicians build this thing? Some people think the Phoenicians were the Atlanteans, or at least closely connected to Atlantis in some way, being a very powerful seafaring civilization. But we just don't know who built the stone chambers, the American Stonehenge. But let's take a look at some of these, let's look at some of the pictures from that particular site. Sometimes some people call it Mystery Hill in New Hampshire, and these are some pictures from it. Just a truly incredible site. It has a lot in common with Stonehenge, lining up with the stars and using megalithic construction. Could the Druids have built this thing? Did they cross the sea and build these things? Could it have been some remnant of the Vikings that we know came here? Was it the Phoenicians? We just don't know, guys. We don't know, but it does look like some ceremonies were carried out here, and very possibly some sacrifices. We don't know if those were animal or human, but hopefully human, and that may have been the altar. But a really, really fascinating, intriguing, and mysterious site in North America. Getting back to South America, we now know that there were cities in the Amazon. New LiDAR scans are uncovering lost cities deep within the Amazon. And some of these things are very impressive. Seemingly relatively large cities with complicated buildings and large construction. We might be looking at pyramids. We just don't know. But they certainly look pyramidal to me. And there's like a tower sticking up there, I guess another pyramid. Really incredible structures in the Amazon that have been lost for many years. This is some Indiana Jones level stuff. And it's real, it's all real, and modern technology is uncovering it. Who did these ruins belong to? Where did they go? According to TechCrunch, they're talking about a team that's investigating these LiDAR, or investigating these ruins. What the team found was more than a few lomas, platforms, huge pyramids, defensive structures, reservoirs, and canals. and more connecting what appeared to be hundreds of settlements of various sizes. This flies in the face of assumptions that local peoples were nomadic or foraging cultures, not sedentary and agricultural ones. The Kasari culture, as it has been named following its discovery, remained mostly a mystery. Well, I want to know more about the mysterious Kasarabi culture. However you say that, I want to know all about that. You know, I like ayahuasca and I go to ayahuasca ceremonies. Well, my original shaman was from Peru, is from Peru and still lives there, from the Amazon in Peru, from a shamanic family. All his family members are shamans. And he told us a story about gods giving the gift of ayahuasca to the locals. There were gods living amongst the peoples of the time, according to this story, and at one point those gods decided to leave. And the local people said, well, what are we going to do without you? And the gods gave them ayahuasca. So could that be a metaphor for a higher civilization, an Atlantis-like civilization, or something connected to greater mysteries, maybe UFO mysteries, maybe spiritual or metaphysical mysteries, or both, that decided to leave for whatever reason, and those are the ruins we're seeing in the Amazon? Or is this evidence of some lost high culture that may have developed ayahuasca on their own, in addition to surely other, abilities and technologies and whatever else they had? Whatever the case, I am super fascinated by the lost cities of the Amazon. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Are you as fascinated by the lost civilizations of the Americas as I am? What do you think it means? Where do you think these cultures went to? How did they arrive at this high technology that they probably shouldn't have had? Let me know your thoughts to it all in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, give me a big thumbs up. I sure appreciate it. Smash the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. And join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. I would love to see you guys there. Now, if you wanted to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, please consider becoming a channel member. See the first link in the description below. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you so much. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos to check out on the channel, and I'll see you next time. This is Jack with the Cosmic Road, signing out.